6 years ago, I started this YouTube channel. And back then, I was terrified to show my face on YouTube. I created an avatar, and actually, originally, I didn't even want to use my real voice. I debated using a text-to-speech voice. And by the way, this was before good AI voices were a thing. We had to deal with something more like this.
This is what TTS used to sound like. It was awful.
But now, I do some of my videos with my face in it now. I actually had this entire plan to have this gimmick where I'd use this bag. But it was a little bit too small, and also my hair is really unmanageable, and I didn't want to have to re-comb it after I put this thing on. I don't even think I could fit. Let me try. No. There's a lot of things about this video that didn't work out very well, like originally I had planned, but perfectionism is a topic for another day. This might not seem like a big accomplishment to some, but for me, it was like climbing Mount Everest in a wheelchair with square wheels. You see, I have something called body dysmorphia, or BDD. But what is that? So originally for this scene, I had an intention to have a lab coat and a green screen, but I have no budget, and my green sheet that I was going to use for a green screen didn't really work out very well, so we're just gonna wing it. BDD is classified under the obsessive-compulsive disorders side of the DSM. And as you can imagine, with this disorder, you tend to obsess over things about your body. Any kind of differences or perceived flaws. Everybody has insecurities. They can range from hair loss to being too tall to having tiny hands. And insecurities aren't fun. But for most, those insecurities don't really get in the way of you living your life. But when you're worried so much you're wearing a paper bag over your head, Chester's dad style, that might be a sign it's time to get some professional help. Now, everybody who has BDD experiences it differently. I'm speaking from my own personal experience here. If your experience is different from mine, that's 100% valid. When I was a kid, I used to love being on camera. My family had this old Sony camcorder, which you can see right here. I really wish I had high 8 film because that's what this thing used on, so I could play with analog video, but I don't think they make this stuff anymore. Maybe one day I can buy some old stock. But everything changed once I hit puberty. You know that part of life where it ruins everything? And also my gender dysphoria began to take a toll, but I didn't understand that part yet. I have almost no pictures of myself past the age of 12, just because I hate looking at myself that much. I also really don't like looking at pictures of me with short hair, so I'm not showing any pictures in this video. And it wasn't just cameras, it was mirrors too. I avoided mirrors like the plague. If only I was born a vampire, my life would be so much better. You know, vampires would make the best bank robbers. You know, no, they would make the best blood bank robbers. Red Cross won't know what hit them. I wanted to start a YouTube channel ever since I was 12. But I was too young to make a channel back then, and my parents wouldn't let me. But then once I got older, that's when the BDD. I didn't end up making a YouTube channel until I was 18 years old, and I didn't even upload anything until I was 19. Back then, I didn't use my face at all. And I eventually created a style where I drew an avatar and did lots of poorly drawn pictures and graphics. I really liked this style because it made me feel unique, even if it was just a hodgepodge of things other people had been doing. But after a while, I got bored. I made over 200 videos in that style, and I wanted to play with a camera and do live action stuff, and even try acting, but I just couldn't, because every time I got on camera and tried to record myself, I'd cringe so hard. I tried these talk to a camera challenges that I got on Pinterest, but I could never get past a few days. Then 2025 came. 2025 was a big year for me because I turned 30 back in April, and I felt like such a failure. I remember sitting around at Christmas, holding back tears because everyone in my family was talking about me turning the big 3-0. I had so many dreams, so many things I wanted to do, but I hadn't done them, and I feared I was becoming too old to even try. I spent so much time living in fear that I felt like I wasted my 20s. But I decided that there was going to be no more. 2025 was going to be my year. I was going to have the best third decade ever. So I started doing things that I'd never done before. Live streams and other stuff that I'll probably talk about in the future. I never made an official face reveal because I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. I didn't even show my face in the thumbnail at first. But I slowly got more confident. And at this point, I got like an inch more confident. I'm still not very confident at all. This entire video I scripted like a week ago, and I still have just gotten around to actually recording it. So that begs the question, was it worth it? And I think so. As of scripting this video, I'm really excited to shoot this video. And by the way, current me says that even though so much of the stuff I had planned for this video didn't actually work out, I'm still quite happy with how it's turning out so far, though I read some stuff online that said channels that show a face get more engagement and more views. Personally, I haven't noticed any of that. If anything, my views have been going down, though that's more so just because my channel's been a downward trend lately anyway. But I don't really care about that much, because this was more so about overcoming a fear for me, doing something that I was too afraid to do before. And now that I've done this, new possibilities are opened up, and I am feeling more confident that I can handle more and more difficult things. And who knows, maybe I am getting a better connection with my audience. Comment down below if that's true. If you're wanting to start a YouTube channel and you have BDD, I say just go for it. And a big tip, if you just started a YouTube channel, nobody's going to see it. You could post all of the United States nuclear secret codes into a video and title it that way, and nobody's going to find it. They're more secure on YouTube as a public video than they would be in Fort Knox. Trust me, I know, I've started dozens of YouTube channels. Anyway, that's all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys found it useful or interesting. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special thanks to my patrons, and I'll catch you guys all next time.